guys, welcome to the next Selenium WebDrawer session. So we will learn what is the SVG concept, how we can handle the SVG elements in the Selenium. So if you want to perform any action, first we need to create the XPath for this SVG elements. So normal way that we use to create the XPath for different elements on the web page in the HTML DOM will not work for the SVG elements. So if you create the XPath for these SVG elements similar to the other normal elements like div tag, anchor tag, then that XPath will not going to identify these SVG elements in the HTML DOM. So you need to follow a different approach if you want to locate these SVG elements in the HTML DOM, and then we can perform the different actions in the Selenium. So first let's see what is SVG. Okay, so SVG stands for Scalable Vector Graphics to define graphics for the web page. So if you want different two-dimensional graphics images on your web page with the animation and interactive support, that means you should be able to interact with that elements. You should be able to define different properties, their colors, their width. Then in this case, you can use this SVG. Okay, so similar to our JPG, then PNG format, this is also an format, image format. And in this SVG, it uses geometrical figures to draw an image. So you can create the circle, you can have the square, right? You can create the rectangle, then you can create the polygon. Okay, so you can define different properties for these images. Okay, as it is a XML based language. Okay, XML based language, that means you can easily edit that SVG image in any editor. You can easily create and delete or update their properties like their height, their width. If you want to create the circle, you can mention the radius, what color that circle should have, what should be the width of the square, what should be the color of the border of the square, what should be the color inside. Okay, so all these things can easily be done using this SVG. So how we have these SVG elements in our HTML web page? Okay, so for creating this SVG graphics, we use this SVG tag. Okay, so this SVG tag will act as a parent, and inside this parent tag we can have different tags. So this SVG tag can be a separate tag in your HTML DOM, or it can be under your iframe. So as per the business logic, they can embed this SVG tag inside the iframe. That means another HTML web page embedded in another web page, right? So you can have a separate HTML web page with the SVG elements only. Okay, that you can have as per your requirement. Okay, so between these two tags, we can have different tags here. Okay, so generally we can have G tag. Okay, then you may have circle. Okay, if you want to create the circle, you can have the circle tag. Then we can have, let's say, polygon, then rectangle. Okay, so these are the different tags for having different images on your web page. Okay, and for these images we can provide different attributes, like you can have class, you can have ID similar to our HTML elements. It can have properties like height, then we can define the width. Okay, so if you want to create the rectangle, you can have uh, height, then width. You can have the color also. By using this field, you can provide the colors if you want to. So we can easily provide the attributes and their values for every SVG elements present under this SVG tag. Okay, so to understand it properly, let's consider an example. So on this web page, you can see all these images are the SVG images. So this is the square, the circle, and this is the polygon. Okay, so on left hand side, you can see this is the SVG tag starting from here and it is ending here. Okay, so this section is corresponding to one image. Okay, so this is for this rectangle. So this rectangle is having width equal to 100 and height is equal to 100. That means it is a square. Then for the circle, we have another SVG tag starting with SVG. Okay, and it is ending here. So for that circle, they have defined different properties here. Okay, CX, CY. Then this is the field, that means color. This is the light gray. They have filled in all these images. And for this polygon, they have defined all these attributes and their values. So this is a normal web page. Okay, similar to our normal web page, starting with the HTML tag and ending with the HTML tag. Okay, so it will have some header, it will have the body, but only thing is we can include all these SVG elements. Okay, SVG graphics by using this SVG tag. Okay, so they have included this SVG under this div tag. Okay, div starting from here. Okay, this is the starting point of the div tag and it is ending here. Okay, so you can have all these SVG elements inside a frame as well. So you may in your application you may have iframe tag here starting from here and ending here, because on whole the HTML page there can be a separate section they are targeting for the SVG elements only. Okay, so as I already said, all these SVG elements can be easily created and can be easily edited. Okay, you can update their property very easily as it is XML based. So by changing any value from here, it will reflect on your image itself. Okay, so for example, I want to fill the color of this square with let's say red, and if I submit this, let's see. Okay, so you can see that image is color filled with the red. Okay, so this is provided in this style attribute. So I have just changed the style attribute value, this fill colon red, and the color is applied to that image. Quite easy, right? And same I can do for this circle as well. Okay, so instead of style attribute, I am directly using this fill is equal to, let's say, yellow. So if I submit it, it will reflect here. So this is just an overall idea about the SVG graphic images and how we can add it in your web page by using this SVG tag. Okay, so you can have different geometrical images, figures, and you can easily change their properties according to your requirement. So we need to create the XPath if you want to perform any action on this element. So if you see, if I inspect this, okay, so if I inspect this square SVG image, so you can see here under this div tag they have provided 3 SVG elements. Okay, so this is the SVG starting from here ending here. So this is for square, this is for circle, and this is for this polygon. Okay, so we have these 3 SVGs under this div tag. Okay, under this HTML web page HTML tag. So if I try to locate these SVG elements in the normal way by which we identify the elements in HTML DOM, for example, if I want to identify this div, how I can identify it using the tag. Okay, I have these div tags. There can be different div tags. So if I use same approach for creating the XPath for locating these SVG elements, then let's see if I can locate it or not. So instead of div, I need to locate this SVG. Okay, so I will give SVG here. So you can see it is not giving any result here, 0 out of 0. Okay, that means using this SVG tag I am not able to identify or locate these SVG elements present inside this HTML DOM. Okay, so that will create problem when you are going to handle this in Selenium script. Your test case will fail, right? So how we are going to create XPath for this SVG elements, okay, for locating purpose. So here what we have to do is give the double slash means any tag, give star, okay, any tag, then bracket, provide name function, name equal to, so what I want the tag with SVG. So I will provide name equal to SVG in single quote in bracket close. So now you can see it is showing 1 of 8, means total 8 elements are there having this SVG name. So if I want to locate a particular image from this SVG elements, okay, so out of 8 if I want to locate this square only, okay, for example I want to locate this. So currently I have 8 elements, I just have to filter it out now. So for that purpose, I can use the different attributes available for that SVG elements. So currently for this square or circle, we do not have any other attribute. Okay, any class or any ID. Okay, they are not provided anything here. So maybe I can go to this rectangle directly. So if you want to go from this SVG to rectangle, how can you go? By giving double slash, again same star, and you can provide the name function here. Name equal to rectangle, right? RECT. So now you can see it is uniquely identifying this square now. Okay, you can see 1 of 1. Then if I want to go to the circle, then I will have to use this circle. So name equal to circle. Okay, you can see that. and for this polygon you can simply use the polygon here. So you just have to use any other SVG element tag which can uniquely identify your desired element. Okay, so normally there can be a ID or class provided with the parent SVG tag, but currently they have not provided here. So for example, if they have provided any class here, let's say SVG class equal to, let's say this is square, so I will write square. So if I submit, okay, so if I inspect now, you can see I have this class now. So instead of this name, I can use this also to identify the square uniquely. So name equal to SVG, you can provide add condition here, and at the rate class, and what is my class value, inside single quote I will provide square. Okay, so now I don't require this one. Okay, so you can see that. So in your real-time application, just inspect that page, the SVG elements, and see what are the different attributes available by which you can uniquely identify those elements. But you need to start your XPath like this: star // then name equal to this SVG tag. Okay, so if you come to this parent tag, then you can uniquely identify whatever elements available inside that SVG tag. Okay, by using different attributes and their values. And along with this name, you can use the local name function as well. Okay, so / bracket, you can use this local dash name equal to rectangle. Okay, so this also you can use to identify or locate any element present inside this SVG tag. Okay, so it will be local to that particular SVG tag. So by using some property, by using some attribute, you can uniquely identify those elements available in this SVG tag. And if there are multiple elements with the same property, you just have to find out any attribute like this class or ID or any other tag by which you can uniquely identify your single element. And then you can perform whatever action you need to perform in your Selenium. If you want to click it, if you want to drag it, if you want to double click on that element. Okay, so important thing for this SVG is you need to locate that web element in the HTML DOM. Okay, so normal way by which we create the XPath, your own customized XPath using the different tags will not work for this SVG elements. Okay, so you need to start like this and use the different attributes and their values. Okay, so I hope you have understood how we create the XPath for the different SVG elements if there are multiple elements with the same property. Okay, so try in your application or any other application and let me know if you face any issue or if you could not create the XPath for that purpose. I will help you. So that's all for this session, guys, for this SVG concept and how we create your own customized XPath for locating the SVG elements in the HTML DOM. So thank you for watching, guys. I will see you in the next video soon.